Hello everyone and welcome back to tutorial number 2 in the Office add-in tutorial series. In the previous tutorial, we actually created the project and we saw a quick demo about Office add-ins. In this particular tutorials, we are going to go ahead and take a deep dive and understand the project. So again, my name is Clavin and I'm the leader of ppug.org. If you're not a part of our user group, I would highly recommend you join, and we can provide you a platform where you can also share your knowledge. That being said, let's understand the project. We already saw the project and it looks similar to that on your screen, right? This is what our project looks like. Simple enough. When I click on it, it displays the current username and the email address. So Office add-in consists of two parts. One is the manifest and the second one is the web application. So the add-in manifest basically defines the settings and the web application is the look and feel that you see on the screen. Behind the scene, we use JavaScript APIs where we can interact with both the content within the document, and if needed, we can also call an external web service. For example, if you're creating an Excel, you might be able to create charts with Office add-ins. But if you want to do an external call and get in data from the external service, that is also possible. So the first part is the manifest. So manifest means metadata about the add-in. So manifest contains metadata. It tells how it interacts, what Office application it is built for, what permissions are needed, where are the image locations. If you look at our Office add-in out here, this image location, as well as the dimensions of the add-in and the activation rules if it's an Outlook add-in. So where is this manifest file? So if I go into my Visual Studio Code out here, you'll see that this is my add-in project. And the manifest file is out here. So let me get some real estate out here so that you can see the manifest file. So as you see, it has the metadata about the particular add-in. And it has the icons. The icons are now in the local host. When we deploy it, it will be in your web application. Description about your add-in. It has a long description about your add-in. It also has got scopes that I was talking about, the permissions, user.read. In this case, we saw that in the previous tutorial in our app registrations. So the metadata about your Office add-in is in the manifest file. Okay, I hope that that is clear. The next is we need to understand that we are using JavaScript library. What really happens behind the scene when we click on this and it goes and gets the current username. For this, we are using JavaScript. So the JavaScript is basically common APIs and host-specific APIs tailored for Word, Excel, and Outlook. Where is this particular file that is actually triggering and getting back the username? Let's get back into the project and look into it. So I click on source, I click on task pane, and here you will see that you have a task pane.js. This particular file is where you will write the logic for your Office add-in. Here, if you see, it's getting the user profile info. And then it is passing the user info back and it is being displayed in the HTML out here. Let's quickly change something in the Office add-in and let's see the changes. So I see that there's a big welcome as a heading in the Office add-in. So I'll do a Control F and let's modify that. Like there's a lot of welcome out here. I should have selected something good, but I found it. So here, if you see, this is the heading. So I'll say, welcome to ppug.org. And I will save my file, right? I will save my file. Let's go ahead and try to reload the Office add-in. It still shows me welcome. So what I need to do is I need to say npm stop, enter. Perfect, it stopped it. Let's hit an npm start. It launched my Office add-in. Now I have multiple instances of Offices. So let me just close the old one. And most probably it's going to give me an error. The error is because it did not spin up my local server. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try my luck again. pm stop, pm start, pray to the demo gods. Perfect. So what really didn't happen in the when I last tried to hit npm, this window didn't drop. So my local server, development server didn't launch, right? That is why I saw that error. Now that it's launched, let's keep our fingers crossed and let's hope that the Office add-in will be available. So add-in, let's attach. And here you see that I have the text updated. So understand this, if your local server doesn't launch, you will not be able to go ahead and see the changes. I also had to do an npm stop and an npm start, right? So updating the HTML file updates the HTML. Updating the JavaScript logic updates the JavaScript. If you see, it's asking me to log in, but once it's done, it should not ask me again. So our logic also works. The other important files would be the middle tier. We are going to talk about this, but this is basically used for SSO configuration. Your assets, or you can say the files that are the icons, etc. If you see, it's in various sizes. They are stored in the assets folder. The node modules is the prerequisite. The dist folder is the folder that is used for deployment to the remote web application. We'll use this for deployment. The environment is the environment variables. You see my client secret, but at the end of this tutorial, I'm going to delete the app registration. The manifest file, the package.json, it tells you all the libraries that is going ahead and using. And then you have the tsconfig.json and the webpack, right? But the project structure is quite simple when it comes to Office add-ins. You'll be mainly working in source. And under source, you'll go ahead and write your code under the task pane. And you'll write the logic in task pane.js. HTML is going to be what is rendered in the task pane, and the CSS is the styling. So let me quickly go back and check if I have covered what is needed. Okay, I will also show you something else. Now, if you look at the html.js, this is what loads the JavaScript API. Okay, this is important for you to know. This is what will load the JavaScript API. Fluent UI is used for styling so that your Office application looks closely associated, or the look and feel matches the Word application. And the Fluent, and if you see, this is the Fluent UI, which is used for styling. Your application will look close to Word. That's what it is needed for. So these two are important. Load the Office JavaScript API. This will load the JavaScript API when the first task pane is loaded. And it will also load the CDN for the Office, or you can say the Fluent UI. So I think that is pretty much it. We have covered almost everything when it comes to the project. We also understood the basics of how the Office is initialized, how the scripts are loaded, which files are important, and much more. I hope that this quick tutorial was informative. See you in the next tutorial. Bye-bye.